It's your boy Revolutionary Cuz. I am your favorite father, thugging it everywhere. Don't believe me? Ask that bitch shit about me. You dig? This one was a personal request of my own because I'm a big Young Buck fan. I mean, it hurt my heart that Buck went out the way he went out with the tranny shit, no homo. But yeah, man, shit. Where Buck originally fucked up at was when he was crying on the phone to 50. You know, 50 a fool. 50 a fool. Like 50 gonna put you on blast and make a mockery of you, and like you can't do suspect shit to 50. That nigga is an asshole. And then, you know, when Buck went to jail, he came home. He was kind of like one of the hottest things. Like everybody wanted to fuck with Buck. The game, I mean, like everybody that was popping wanted to kind of sign Buck and put him back on in the game. And 50 was the one that gave him his opportunity where he was going hard. No homo, super no homo, because it's a Buck situation. Got to pause that. He was going hard, no homo, and then here comes the tranny situation, and then that kind of just fucked up his whole career. You know, recently he just settled that lawsuit with 50 where he kind of had to sell all his personal belongings to cover his debt. But yeah, here's a video from the channel Diverse Mentality. My apologies, Diverse Mentality. Apparently they've been around for a little minute. They got a couple dope interviews I'm gonna go check out shortly. So if you haven't checked them out, go and subscribe to their channel. But yeah, here's Buck talking about a possible G-Unit reunion, and that's fucking dope if we can have a G-Unit reunion, because G-Unit has had a big impact on the rap game, just like Rockefeller, just like other, you know, rap labels like Cash Money. Like G-Unit is just the biggest one because, you know, it's 50. I mean, with 50 come Eminem, come Dr. Dre, was a whole big entity. But yeah, here goes the video.
None of my career would have happened from being exposed to the world the way I was exposed if it wasn't for G Unit. So, you know, I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean? I salute 50 for even that opportunity of giving me the opportunity to be able to produce like I have and continue to. You did.
That's a fact. Shout out to Vivian still saluting 50 because, you know, we know the history with Buck. Buck started off fucking with Juvenile. He was part of UTP, which is Juvenile, Wacko, Skip. You know, I fuck with them boys still, you know what I mean? And, you know, his situation with Juvenile kind of went sour fucking with Suge Knight. And, you know, 50 picked him up, and then from there was kind of history. So, you know, shout out to Buck for like even saluting 50.
So, you know, we had a hell of a run. You know, I hate things ended the way that they ended, the way how they ended. You know,
as a fan, my dream is, and I think this is gonna happen at least.
But it is what it is. You did.
Yeah, I think
I don't agree with. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Like you ain't. I mean, a real motherfucker. A motherfucker. I don't know what they might say or do, but me personally, you know, I had a real genuine brotherly love that was there. You know what I'm saying? Especially for me. You know what I mean? I can't speak for nobody else. You did.
And watching a recent Vlad interview, shout out to Tony Yayo. Got some works with Tony Yayo in the works. Tony Yayo was even speaking somewhat highly of Buck when I did my interview with Bangum Smurf, which is probably like what, 12 years old now. Shout out to Bangum Smurf. I'm trying to do some current shit with him. He spoke highly of Buck. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we know the situation when the shit went down with 50 Cent and Suge Knight and Irv Gotti at the awards. Yo, I didn't know it was that crazy. Yo, Yayo said 50 told Homeboy to go to leave the award show, go get a whole bunch of knives, and come back and arm everybody up. And that's what the fuck he did. That nigga was actually deadly that night. And how everybody got knives and this nigga Buck pop out with the motherfucking fork. So we know the situation that Buck got locked up because they said he was the only one that really got caught on camera. So he kind of had to take that lick for somebody snuffing Dre. But like, I mean, niggas always spoke highly of Buck. I mean, he's a Nashville, Tennessee nigga, and you know, barely been any smut on his name other than, you know, the training shit. Let's get back to this video.
But you know, when you got real brotherly love, you thinking it lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? You don't see no ending in that shit. We're gonna work through whatever it is.
Look at Jane,
I got your back
Jane
to the death. You know what I'm saying? That's how I apply still applied that same way, and shit changed. It's just that, you know, we just not together no more. We don't rock like that. You know what I mean? From a friendship, music, business, it's not there. I haven't heard from. I've reached out to Banks and stuff like that, and I think Banks just been kind of focused on doing whatever he doing with his life. Yayo doing whatever he doing with his life. 50 doing whatever he doing with his life, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now where Banks fucked up at, and it wasn't really his fault because Banks was still cool with 50, and I think it was that situation where he kind of got caught up in Dubai by the game and his gang, and he kind of was forced to take a picture. So 50's like, yo, you taking pictures with the enemy, and he didn't want to probably tell 50 like, yo, these niggas ran on me, and he didn't want to look soft, so he kind of just took that, and that kind of just like fucked up his career because the picture looks like he really didn't want to take the picture, but he took the picture because like you by yourself in Dubai and you got a gang of niggas and they probably armed up. Gang, he does roll with a gang of niggas. Like one thing I give it to that nigga, he does roll with a gang of niggas. A gang of niggas. So yeah, let's get back to this video.
And but I went down that road of trying to get us back together and getting back together and all of that shit, and shit that just didn't go the way it's playing, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Now catch me if you can, though. You did, because I'm gone on. You did, and
And and out of the G Unit members, rest in peace, Prodigy. Like the only person that's really making music, I think Banks really recently dropped some shit, but like nobody's really listening out for Banks. You probably have a more chance of motherfuckers going to tune into Buck shit than some Banks shit. Yayo, he's doing nothing but interviews. 50 want him to do his own podcast shit. He told Yayo, who came out on Vlad and said 50 said he'll give him $5 million for him to stop doing Vlad interviews. Because basically he's putting money in the next nigga pocket. And 50, he don't want to share that money with nobody. I respect that nigga business state of mind. The game, he's had a couple bad lawsuits where he's had to give up basically damn near 100% of the royalty due to some like sexual assault charge or some shit. So, like he's been doing bad with the music. Who else we got? Olivia, we haven't heard of her since motherfucking Candy Shop. Uh, Mace is doing this shit with Cameron. That's another segment. Mace ain't worried about no motherfucking music. Then again, he did put on Fabio Foreign, which at one point was the biggest motherfucking artist in New York City. Free him. Niggas didn't even know he was in jail since January. Damn. So like, which G Unit member is really still focusing on music other than Buck? At the end of the day, you still got to keep going to feed your family, especially when you got rich, went broke, got rich, went broke. You got to keep going. I mean, you can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. You neighborhood, right, cuz? You neighborhood, right, cuz? Okay, here we go.
music has always been my strong point with the crew. You know what I'm saying? I've always loved the music more than the money. It might sound crazy to some of y'all, but that's the truth, because I wasn't making no motherfucking money from music in the beginning. I fell in love with just the music, and that's what I maintained my love for. I mean,
No. 50 said you was making money. And you was just spending money crazy. Anything you seen, you was buying. You was buying studios, buying houses where nigga, you making what you felt like were good investments, but nigga, you was making a little bit of money, nigga. That Welcome to Cashville was dope, did numbers. Everybody at G Unit was getting paid, and that Buck the World, the second album, that was also dope and did good numbers. And then you had the Beg for Mercy album, nigga. That G Unit album, that shit hit the billboards, my nigga. That shit got bangers. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg had it. Yo, that shit was funky.
money come with the music. I've always been focused on becoming better and just, making the best possible music that I can. And that's been my focus in it. So when it comes to the music, it's like, I'm working constantly, it's my life. And of course, that's what provides, to feed the babies with, you did. But at the same time, I love it so much. If they took the money away from this shit, yeah, I still gotta do it because I love it.
That's dope. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that's dope.
Hey.
Speaking of music, I mean, you got long history with Cash Money at one point. You talked about I was blessed to run into Scarface as a child, and he told me if you don't have your home behind you, you ain't got nothing.
Believe that.
So when I left New Orleans, I had this mentality that I was going to get my city behind what I do.
That's true. That's facts.
What was it like, Scarface? What was it like running into Scarface?
I mean, at a young age, it just seeing his face, man, it's like seeing. To me, that's like our rap god of the South. You know what I mean? That's who I give my undivided attention to every fucking thing he say. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he on the mic, but off the mic, he just as real as he is on that motherfucker. So you can listen to every word that come out his mouth. And see, just meeting him at a young age and seeing and knowing.
I was never really a Scarface fan.
That, you know, who he is and who I've listened to in his music and brought up on it and things like that. It matched. He's the same one. I ran into a lot of artists I came up with listening to, and then when I meet them, it's like they're totally different. You know what I mean? Like, damn, homie, like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought, I ain't think you shit, you know what I mean? You know, but I've met a few that's been exactly who they are, and Faces being one of them for sure. So, you know, like he just told me, I was at that time I meeting him. I forget how old I was. Hell, I was in my teens, man, and I was just trying to make it in the music. So I was out, you know, pushing a line with a crew of dudes back then called Totally Independent Productions, TIP, which they was real heavy dudes that was behind what we had going on, and they had me in, you know, upper echelons rooms with some of the biggest back then, you know what I mean? So come across Face, you know, it's like, man, I'm in front of him and I ain't really know what to say, but just be like, man, what I need to do to get on like you, man. I'm doing my thing with the music. He said, youngster, I'm gonna tell you, man, like, you know, if you ain't got your city behind you, you ain't got nothing. Focus and go get your city behind you first. I took that advice and came.
At times it be your own city that kill you. That's why Boosie was like, once you start getting money, you gotta leave the hood. That's why he told NBA Youngboy, once you start getting money, you gotta leave the hood, nigga. Like Doughboy, fucking Dolph, stack bundles. Know what I mean? Like plenty of times in history, we done seen the rich and famous want to stay in the hood, get killed. I mean, you got. It's good to have your city behind you, but you got to get your money and leave because there be so much envy. Niggas want to take what you got, and they'll take your life. Now, I mean, just to stop your shit, cause they want what you got. Game is weak, my nigga.
Right back home and started learning the game. Shit, it was costing $300 to press up 1,000 CDs then. Yes. I was pressing them up myself.
Yo, the CD game was wicked. We used to copy our own shit. We had our own machine. And we used to go by the stack, 50 to 100 shit. Go buy our own cases, print that shit. I mean, like, yo, the music game was raw back then, man. And you made all that money. I was all your shit. Like, ain't sharing nothing, nigga.
Sell them for $10 a piece. You dig what I'm saying? No mixing or mastering. I'm just coming straight to the CD piece. You dig? And just, you know, and lining them up, I had a cricket phone back then. You did put my number on the phone on the CD. You know, just in case somebody heard something they like and want to buy another one. And it started jumping like my trap phone would. At times my music phone was jumping harder than my trap phone. You did, so I knew this. Hold on, fuck that trap phone. This is what I need to focus on, and that's how I really started slowing down in the streets because I started seeing that people was really not only liking my music but buying my shit.
Charlie P, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like hand to hand, and I probably made damn near
game.
100,000 out here just chasing and selling CDs. Hell, I used to get in the car with the dope boys, man. They had motion and shit, and ride in the car, and while they catching their bites, they making them buy a CD too. You dig? I mean, facts.
Shout out to Buck, man. I said always been a Buck fan, and Buck. For the fans, which is I'm one of them. I mean, there's been documentaries, all type of shit, storylines on Buck. Buck always been a real nigga. You know about the shooting. I mean, typical Tennessee nigga. You know what I mean, so it just hurt my heart that nigga lost his career like that. Like I always tell my girl, that the three worst things to happen to a black celebrity is, you getting robbed for your shit, you doing some gay shit, or nigga fucking your main bitch. Like, and you did some gay shit like Bobby Valentino, cuz, and that kind of was it for that nigga too. But I ain't gonna talk a motherfucking head off. If you're new to the channel, if you subscribe, like, share, comment, follow me on Instagram, The Revolutionary Cuz Show. Also the Facebook fan page. If you have an iPhone or Roku TV, download Chronic TV now. You know what it is. Until next time, smoke for your boy.